Welcome to the Hub of Fantasy Football. I'm your host, Uriah. Over to my left, I have my co-host, Foley. How we doing, Foley?
What's up? What's up? Doing all right. And just want to remind everyone that Foley over here is the most expert of the three experts because he has beaten both of the other two experts this year in fantasy football.
Are we going to start just like that? This is how we're going to get this one kicked off.
Evan. To my right, I have co-host, Evan. Evan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. As the number 2 ranked team in this league, regardless of who I've lost to, I'm doing pretty good.
And bringing up the rear is myself, and I am so happy to be there. So, guys, what do we got going on this week?
Well, I got some. Do we want to get into the news first?
We can do the news. There's only, a few things?
Yeah, I mean...
Couple big trades that probably aren't news anymore, but yeah.
Right, well, it was this morning. DeAndre Hopkins goes to the Chiefs.
The
That's
corpse.
the biggest one. The corpse, excuse me. The corpse of DeAndre Hopkins.
Which I guess now, since he's moving, that would actually be the
zombie.
mummy or zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I like zombie.
He's singing that song to Patrick Mahomes, "My Body is a Zombie for You," since it is Halloween time.
Yikes.
Jonathan Brooks might play this week.
I just don't see it, but yeah, okay. I'm glad he'll be suiting up either this week or next week, whenever it may be, but I think Chuba keeps rolling. We'll get to that later.
I agree. I mean, look, I like Jonathan Brooks as a prospect. I think he's got really good vision, but ACL injuries, there's a slow recovery. It's usually not the first year back, but the second is when you can really look for big things. And Chuba's been fine. The other Panthers news, though, Andy Dalton, car wreck, Bryce Young starting.
Back in.
Oh, I didn't hear it was because of the car wreck.
Oh, yeah.
He was in a car wreck in
wow.
Charlotte.
Okay, that sucks.
All right.
Get well soon, Andy. We like you as a person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, the last thing on that, though, is this does have some implications for the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold. The ginger theory that I brought up on this podcast
Is he
before.
back?
Sam Darnold might be back because now Andy Dalton is not taking any of that ginger power away. It's all going to Darnold.
Yeah.
His soul is back.
It's like a bunch of orange cats, how they all share a single brain
Exactly.
cell. It just kind of floats between.
Yeah,
I
the
get
quarterbacks
it.
all just share one ability to throw a football.
Jameson Williams. He's out. A little PED action. A little 2 weeks. Temper your expectations on that.
I'm sorry to not know this as a Lions fan. I've seen a lot of misinformation from Lions fans. Does it start this week? Has it been officially?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe
Okay,
it's
starting this week.
It's starting this week. Oh, also, Kamara got a broken hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into that a little bit later.
That's fair enough.
But yes.
Where did you hear that from, Evan?
I heard it from you. That's
So
crazy.
since we're on this, we'll go ahead and go down the notable injuries. Montgomery. Is he okay?
I think he's okay.
I think he's fine. Didn't have a great week last week. Hopefully he can come back through it this week. But he doesn't currently even have a designation, so I think Montgomery's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor. Is he back?
Hell if I know, man.
There's no way to tell.
I've thought
The
for
Colts
like 3
are
weeks that he's back.
The Colts are like what is the old movie Top Secret with Val Kilmer? That's what they remind me of. It's like everything's secret, but it's not a secret.
Mhm.
It's like the 49ers.
Yes.
Yeah. God.
Juju Smith is out.
Yes.
Done.
The Schuster.
And it's a question of, and this is why DeAndre Hopkins is interesting, and the Hopkins trade really does affect Juju's value going forward. I am the Juju owner in this league, and I was pretty excited about him, despite him being not a good wide receiver, but he can be good in that role.
He was good that 1 year.
Yeah, well, he was good that one game this year.
And, Patrick Mahomes was good one game this year. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it might even out.
Hopefully.
But, yeah, I mean, Hopkins is going to be in that slot role that Rashee Rice was in, and then Juju was in, and now it's Hopkins. And that's a valuable role.
And what I am most concerned with it, does he still have
It.
Yeah,
No.
DeAndre Hopkins is still good at those things.
I guess he did have a 1,000-yard year last year
Yeah.
with
with
whoever.
Will Levis and Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
yeah,
is
Hopkins,
Ryan Tannehill?
He's a free agent. The Saints maybe should look into him. I think
For real?
the Raiders should look into him, actually.
They just signed Desmond Ritter.
They did, yeah. They should have signed Tannehill.
Cooper Kupp. He's back.
And
Yeah.
on the trade block,
Temper expectations.
Saying that, Puka's practicing.
he is. He
So,
won't play this week, but he is getting back at it.
Tua, are we back?
He has not cleared concussion protocol, but he is on track to clear it before Sunday. And
Really? Okay.
Tyreek thinks they're back.
Tyreek thinks they're back. Everyone believes he will pass concussion protocol in the next couple of days and play on Sunday. And we'll get more into that on that game, but
All right.
it's exciting.
TJ Hawkinson is planning to play this week. That will help.
I missed that one.
It'll
That's
be
good news.
right in time for Sam Darnold to get all the ginger energy back.
TJ Hawkinson, start of the week.
Ooh.
I'm joking. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Taysom Hill is back. The quarterback / tight end / football /
The
team
football
returner.
player. Yeah, he's a football player.
He is the definition of an athlete. That's what it is.
Yes.
If he was Madden, that's what his
ATH.
designation. ATH. That's him.
And while we're on the Saints, Olave, is his head still spinning?
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with any of them. New Orleans is heartbreaking this year, and it's getting tough. for
Is
me.
Carr back? Do we?
I think Carr's probably going to be back.
Okay.
I hope not.
Let's see. DK Metcalf, week to week.
Yeah, not going to play this week probably.
Nope.
Mike Evans,
Yeah,
week
here
to
we go
week.
to the sad ones.
Hang on. Yeah, you got what, like 4 weeks, maybe?
Yeah.
Back?
I mean, I'm not just sad as a Mike Evans owner.
Yes, he is.
I am sad
That's
as a
the
Mike
only-
Evans.
That's the worst lie I've
No,
ever heard.
as a Mike Evans owner, I don't I can live without him. With the roster I've got built, I can live without him in this league in particular. I am sad as a Mike Evans fan because this is going to make it much harder for him to get 1,000 yards. But
Yeah.
if you are an owner, we can get into the implications of this after we talk about the other Buck wide receiver hurt. But
Done.
Evans, he'll be back after their, I think it's week 11 bye. So he'll be back in time for fantasy playoffs, and to me, that's what's most important. I'd like them to just keep him in bubble wrap until the playoffs. Don't try anything. I'm fine with that.
Godwin out.
Fantasy playoffs, I should say. Yeah, Godwin out for the year. So I was surprised of the 3 backup Buccaneer wide receivers. Trey Palmer was the one who was already taken. So I've done a pretty deep dive on kind of the splits and how these receivers are likely to be used with Evans and Godwin out. Trey Palmer will be in the Mike Evans role. It was, before the injury, it was pretty much Evans would play 2/3 of the snap from that outside role, the X role, and then Trey Palmer would come in for the other third. But then for the Godwin one, it's a little more complicated. Sterling Shepard and Jalen McMillan basically will rotate between the slot and the other outside spot in 11 personnel. Whoever ends up getting more of the slot work is going to be the more valuable one, I think. I mean, we've seen that's a pretty valuable role. I think that Jalen McMillan is the more talented of the two. I think we've seen enough Sterling Shepard over the years to know what he is and what his limitations are.
What he is not.
And what he is not, exactly. On the other hand, Shepard did play with Baker in college, and they have a better connection. We saw that a little bit earlier in the year. So, I mean, that'll be the interesting thing to monitor. I put my money on McMillan, but I wouldn't be surprised if Shepard ends up being the winner of the Godwin injury.
And the last injury of note I have is Mr. Jaden Daniels. Did not practice.
Is that so?
But he might
Right.
still play this week.
Might. I
it's
just
rough.
keep up on that one.
I grabbed Mariota because in a Superflex league, I think Mariota is a very valuable one to own right now because my concern with Jaden Daniels all along was just injury risk.
Yeah.
You know, the hits that he takes.
You run that kind of game, that's what you're asking for.
Exactly. And he's not a big man.
Nope.
And so, you know, Cliff Kingsbury, I think Mariota is not a great NFL quarterback, but he's great in that system, or he can be great in that system. He's a good fit in that system. And so if Daniels does miss time, Mariota becomes interesting.
You did miss 2 other injuries.
What's that?
You missed Mr. Brandon Ayuk, done for the season.
I don't want to talk about that.
Deebo Samuel got pneumonia, probably not going to play this week. Even if he did, how high can you expect?
Man.
Fluid on the lungs can take weeks to get past, and it just hurts right in the side of my head, right in the temple. That's where I feel this.
Well, at least he's not, you know.
Yeah, at least he didn't blow his knee up. You're right, but still.
Was I the last person not to have like a major injury? I think we're now complete.
So,
Yeah.
It's now complete. So now we go to the part of the segment, Spicy Meatball. spicy takes from your host, Uriah. First, we're going to start with Mr. DeAndre Hopkins. He's not going to make a difference this year.
I don't buy that at all.
Kelsey
Spicy.
and Hunt are the only people you can trust on that offense. Prove me wrong.
I sure hope that we do prove you wrong with that, honestly. As the guy who has Mahomes, I really need something to help this dude along. It's been depressing.
Like I said in our chats, poor guy went from Levis to the quarterback with the most interceptions in the league.
That is
Poor
pretty
guy.
Wild. Yeah, it's wild.
And I know Mahomes
playing
is.
like that.
I know he's way better. So
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just.
just not a good fantasy quarterback, and I knew that too when I took
He's
him.
just not being asked to
He's
do
never
as much.
no, he's never been a good fantasy. I mean, I think he had one good year for fantasy or great year for fantasy
2 years ago.
But I mean, Hopkins, he can't separate the way he used to. For sure, he can't. But he can still do all the things that they need him to do, which is to be that high volume guy in the slot with reliable hands, do some contested catches, find the soft spots and zones. He can do all those things very, very well. He's still, this year, is doing that. And now you give him Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and I love that. I own Hopkins in one league where I desperately need some wide receiver help. I am very excited. It'll take a week, don't get me wrong.
You got anything on it?
On Hopkins, like I said, I hope that you're incorrect about that. I mean, he does. Like I said, last year had a 1,000-yard year. Hopefully, somebody needs to be catching balls in Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Somebody has to do it. I don't know how big a difference it makes, but hopefully enough.
All right. So for my second hot take, we got the Ravens will be in the Super Bowl.
That doesn't feel hot at all at this point.
Sure
That's
doesn't.
like,
I think that's almost a
I mean,
given.
it's Ravens versus Chiefs
Ooh.
in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost pre-written at this point.
And then I guess the Buccaneers, yikes.
No, the Buccaneers are done for the
Well,
year.
with all those injuries, it's going to be harder. But, I mean, you got the
We'll
Lions.
get to that later, though.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lions, I think,
Take the Lions.
yeah.
Ravens, Lions. I mean, I'm not
Lions.
going to say Lions to the Super Bowl because I'm a Lions fan and I have a hard time believing that. Like, when I went and did the game-by-game for the entire year picks, I ended up with the Lions in the Super Bowl, but even I didn't really believe it because
If there's one thing Detroit does,
exactly
lose when it shouldn't.
Especially now without Aiden Hutchinson, it's going to be even harder. So I don't know. It's not bold to say Lions in the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on to the next one. The Browns will look a tad bit better,
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
it's not because of Jameis.
Yep.
Stop
It's the addition to the
backfield.
hurt linemen that are back this week and Chubb.
Yeah. Chubb is obviously going to make a difference, but I think Jameis is also like we saw the difference. I mean, Watson was looking a little bit better before he got hurt. It's not saying much, but he did look a little bit better, which is it sucks. Oh, he's finally showing that he's not the worst quarterback in the league, and then now he's never going to play football again, maybe. But then DTR came in.
He just needs a massage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
DTR came in and looked pretty bad.
Yes.
It's mind-boggling that he was moved to the that's going to fuel a lot of conspiracy theories. I'm sure that the week before Watson goes down, DTR gets moved up to the backup role.
Yeah.
But then Winston comes in, and it's not a big sample size, but everything looks better the moment Winston steps on the field.
All right. So the next one, the Bucks will be bad until further notice.
I don't think they'll be bad.
I think they're
So
going to,
bad.
over the next few games until Mike Evans is back, whenever that might be, I think they run around to 500. I think that they're...
Yeah.
I don't even
Splitting
think
the
they'll be
difference.
500. But,
I think 500's right. They're not going to be juggernauts, but they'll get by, kind of.
Yeah. There are worse teams.
Yeah.
So,
even in the NFC South.
So for my last two hot takes, I blame Alvin Kamara for the Saints' losses. If you have a broken hand, man, sit out. Let somebody else play. Get the W. Don't lose it.
I don't know, man.
I think I know who Evan blames for the Saints' losses.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I blame for the Saints' losses,
Oh,
and
Dennis.
Alvin is not on that list. Alvin,
He's tried.
he still looked pretty decent with a broken hand
He
for
put the
5
team
weeks.
on his
He
back.
put the team on his back because he's a dog. Anyway, No, I don't blame him at all. I don't like that one. I don't like that
And
one.
for the last hot take, Saquon Barkley has made Jalen Hurts soft.
Huh.
Jalen Hurts no longer carries the team. He just hands it off and lets Saquon.
The
Carry
Jalen Hurts
team.
who got 2 rushing touchdowns in the last game?
He's still soft.
I think the
I'll
loss.
trade you for him.
I think.
No,
the
I'm good.
I mean, we can make a deal on this pod. The fans want to hear us make a deal on the podcast.
They don't.
By the way, we had the Snoop. I start Snoop Huntley, you start Will Levis thing. I ended up starting Snoop Huntley last week,
Did you?
and I didn't need you to start Will Levis.
I know it's kind of sad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but all your other people, it was crazy. Like my 2 quarterbacks did really good, and
they
then
did.
and then your whole team did great.
They did. That's called full analytics.
That's called luck.
Well,
Was-
it's nice of you to not do that until week 8. Then.
I mean, you're
Week
the
7.
ultimate. You're the ultimate Foley pumper and dumper. See Ray McLeod.
Okay,
Couldn't
do we
move
want
him,
to
so
do
where's
we
he
want
at?
to do we want to address this?
No, we're moving on.
We can address it when we get to the Falcons game. Was that your last?
That was my last
All right,
highlight.
I did the research on redraft stuff. So we've gone through quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. The last one now, tight ends. This is the one. I know
Garbage
you love
position.
your tight ends.
Garbage
I
position.
know you love this. I'm going to start out by asking a little pop quiz here. Of these 3 tight ends, who do you think, over the last 4 games specifically, is averaging the most? Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce, or Trey McBride?
Trey McBride.
I would say Trey McBride, but I
They-
don't.
They are all tied.
Wow.
They are all averaging 11.25 points per game. Meanwhile, Mark Andrews is ahead of all of them at 11.5 points.
We're
per
sorry.
game.
What
We're
about
sorry, Mark, about the way that we talked about.
What
you.
about my boy Cade Otton?
Okay, I didn't even pull his stat.
Oh, he's good.
How about
so,
any of my 17 tight ends?
we'll get into at least one of yours.
Okay.
So at the time of draft, the consensus top 5.
Kelsey,
Well, number 1, Sam Laporta,
Yeah.
Sam Laporta,
who
Kelsey.
is currently Laporta is currently tight end 20. He
That's
was
not
drafted as
good.
tight end 1. You said it. Kelsey is number 2. He is currently tight end 15.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews is number 3. He is currently tight end 12. It's been a rough time getting there. Then number 4 is Trey McBride. Number 5 is George Kittle. McBride, I think, is tight end. Yeah, McBride's tight end 5. Kittle is tight end 2. So the top 3 are all outside the top 10. Forget top 5. The top 3 are all outside the top 10 in actual. So the current is, I think we all know who number 1 is, Brock Bowers.
Yes.
Just a couple points off, though, is George Kittle at number 2. And then it is a huge drop after that. From 2 to 3, it's like a 20-point drop to Tucker Kraft, your boy.
Yeah.
Number 4 was most surprising to me, Cole Kmet.
That's actually not all that surprising to me because he has been a hot commodity these last couple of weeks. He's
Well,
doing something right.
I looked at it. He might be the most boom or bust tight end in the league. He has 2 games of 20 or more points. Every other week, it's like 6 or less. So he is
The tight end
extremely
curse.
boom or bust. But yeah, I mean, if he gets that touchdown for you, he's done very well. And then number 5 is Trey McBride. If it were me redrafting today, knowing everything that I know, I think I would take George Kittle number 1, even over Brock Bowers, because I know about the Ayuk injury.
That definitely helps. But you remember draft day, how big a question mark Kittle actually kind of was
Sure.
this year. People were not sure it was going to be, glory days. But
Yeah, I was a little higher on Kittle than others. I wasn't that high, but yeah, I think I would go Kittle number 1 if I were redrafting today. Brock Bowers number 2, and then 3 through 5 are tough. For me, it would be Kraft at 3. I think I would go McBride 4 and Kmet 5, just accepting that it's going to be a roller coaster with him. What do y'all think?
I could care less about any of
Yeah,
those
you hate
tight
tight
ends.
ends.
I don't know.
No, okay. I will say this. The tight end position is one of the most important positions in NFL football and college football.
But
Any
not
football period. But the where you take your tight end to their point performance is the worst
Sure.
of any position.
The
Yeah.
differential is insane.
I just throw it away, and hope I hit like I hit this year. Otten's 13.
Yeah.
I'll take it for picking him up week 2.
I would not disagree with your top 5. I would want to probably expand it to the 10 because, as you said, that drop off between 1 and 2 and the rest of them is so vast.
Insane.
With the drop off between 3 and 10, it's not necessarily quite as big. And I would throw Evan Ingram in there. I know he's been out,
Yeah.
but he looks great, and he is actually revitalizing the Jacksonville offense a little bit. I like that very much. Njoku, I think he's going to have a stellar rest of his year.
With Jameis, yeah. Anytime the quarterback is not Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
Njoku does pretty well. So yeah, I would agree with that, and I definitely agree that like 3 through 12 are all kind of largely interchangeable. Again, Kelsey, McBride, Ferguson, and really Andrews, they're all within a point of each other over the last 4
Yeah,
weeks.
see, it's not. To me, I understand where you're coming from, and I do agree to a certain extent. The points is just the price you pay for them is not.
I agree. I mean, that was
interested.
like for me, it's about throwing a few darts at tight ends in the mid rounds. So that I landed Bowers, and I was able to cash that chip in for CeeDee Lamb. So that's a win for me, and it's okay that I missed
We'll
on Dalton
see if that
Kincaid.
is going to be a win for you. We're not certain
No,
yet.
I mean, unless he breaks his ankle this week.
Hey man, it's too soon.
All right, so let's move on to Week 8. Our first game is going to be the Vikings versus the Rams. The Vikings are 5-1. The Rams are 2-4. How do we feel? The Sam Darnold has 1,370 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Only 5 interceptions too. I'm rolling with Darnold if I got him.
Yeah.
They're feeling out getting Stafford up there in Minnesota. I don't know why. I don't like that idea at all. But this week, yeah, I'm rolling Darnold.
Or I guess I should instead of throwing stats, I guess I should ask for the Vikings. Is there anybody that we're not starting?
Not Addison. Not
Okay.
Addison. That's it for me, I think.
What about for a flex? Still no?
I would prefer not to. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I would even consider it, honestly. I think there are some. For me, this week it was interesting to look through and just like how big. I felt very strongly about the start sits this week, I think, and Addison's one that I would just not even consider. There are
Okay.
better options.
Evan, anybody? I mean, you're starting. The only person I would say was be on the watch out for T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That's it.
start Hawkinson this week.
He's absolutely a watch before you
yeah,
start.
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
I like their kicker. There's
Of course.
the kicker's looking pretty good. I have no strong feelings.
Are you starting Justin Jefferson? If you got him, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Instead of we'll just hit this.
If you have that question, just take a quarter out of your pocket, flip it up, and then start him anyway.
Yeah.
If you have that question, just quit fantasy football. Moving on for the other team, the Rams.
The vibes are bad. in
Oh,
LA
It
right
doesn't
now.
feel good.
What are we doing with the Rams? Besides Kyron, I
It's
think
just
Kyron's
Kyron.
a start.
It's just Kyron.
And that-
I'm not even feeling sort of okay about Cup this
You
week.
can talk me into Cup.
I should say, don't you feel like James? I hadn't even looked at his lineup, but I would almost feel like you have to start Cup just based on where you drafted and the other pile of crap you're starting.
I think you do start Cup. You're right. But I'm gonna feel really bad about
Oh
starting it.
yes, it's definitely an eye wink.
It makes me absolutely
It's
nervous.
definitely eye closed. I don't want to start him, but I
And
got
if
to.
Nakua plays, even if he
Puka's not
plays,
playing.
you're done. Don't put him in, even if he did.
Yeah, no. It really is just Kyron. Even in a super flex, I don't want to start Stafford this week. Again, you know what? I would not start Cooper Cup this week. I take it back.
Okay.
I would not start Cooper Cup. This
I
is the
don't like
Vikings defense.
They are good.
This is that
That's
Brian
what I was
Flores
asking
defense.
for, yeah.
Absolutely not. Nobody but Kyron Williams.
Okay. All right. So next game, we'll move on to the Eagles versus the Bengals.
Hey, it's the disappointment bowl.
The Eagles.
I've got this as game of the week.
Eagles
Yeah.
are 4-2. The Bengals are 3-4. Eagles. Who are we not starting?
Devontae Smith.
Ooh. Okay.
What is going on with that? What? I mean, I guess he just got game scripted out last week. I ran him in one of my leagues, and by far the worst performance of anybody I've had
What?
in it.
That's why I said about the whole Barkley and Jalen at the thing. Now that Saquon's in, it's like Jalen doesn't know how to pass.
I think
It's-
part of that is also losing Kelsey. I think he's getting less opportunity.
Okay.
I don't even think it's Kelsey. I think it's Kellen Moore brings a different sort of offensive philosophy to the Eagles than Jalen Hurts. I mean, they've said openly that Kellen Moore has never had a quarterback in the Jalen Hurts mold. I mean, think about it. He's worked with Herbert. He's worked with Dak. But these are very different quarterbacks. These are more pocket passing, traditional.
Dak should be in that mold, but he's just not doing what he used to do.
Okay. So
Getting
we
off track.
we got AJ, we got Saquon,
and Hurts.
we
and
got
that's
Hurts,
it.
Goddard. That's
No,
it.
I
Nothing.
don't want Goddard.
Okay.
I got Goddard. I'm not starting him. I don't know. I don't even know if he's gonna play
Okay.
this week or not. But I wouldn't feel good about it yet. I want to see how he looks coming off of that hammy injury.
Now we'll turn our attention to the Bengals. Once again, who are we not starting?
Either of the running backs.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Neither one.
I agree. This is not a good week for Chase Brown.
Uh,
And I have no interest in Zach Moss. To the person who sent me a trade offer of Zach Moss for, I forget what ridiculous thing they were wanting in
Who
return.
Zach Moss?
yeah, I thought he was on the waivers.
This is a nice podcast. So you feel free to say who this was.
This was Joe Buck yourself. Let me pull up
Come
this.
on, Joe. You know better than this.
Let
the
me
man's
pull
not
up
even
this.
starting.
Sent in the middle of the night. He couldn't even do it in the daylight. He was so ashamed of this offer.
He sent it and then hid under the covers.
Like 2 a.m. Zach Moss and Xavier Worthy for Brian Robinson.
Boo.
Come on, Joe. What are you thinking? Look, I would pick you up after the other podcast, but sending that's a detriment to your name, man. You can't do that.
It's Nobody visit that knockoff emporium is all I can say.
Oh my goodness.
That's like Sanford and Sons.
Yeah, no, but neither running back. T. Higgins, I think I'm going to go with. I mean, if I got him, he's probably
Who?
going to go. But I don't know. I would not start either of their tight ends either because I just can't figure it out.
No.
So it's Higgins,
and Chase.
Chase, and Burrow.
Yeah,
Start
that's-
Burrow. You're starting those three regardless.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. So next we'll move on to the Ravens versus the Browns. The Ravens are 5-2. The Browns are 1-6. Let's go with the Ravens first. The Super Bowl winners. Yeah, I called it. Three people, 4 people. Who are we starting?
Ooh,
The only
can I
thing-
count that high? I can only count 2.
There's 2 that are just dead obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, one
Is
of them,
Zay
one of
hurt?
them-
Zay's hurt.
Zay's hurt.
Okay,
He
scratch it. You
did
starting?
not practice this week. I'm not starting Rashad Bateman.
No, you're starting the King and Lamar. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're probably in a situation, if you have either of these guys, if you
Andrews.
have Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely, you're probably in a situation where it's going to be best for you to start them. But understand, roughly 50% of that crowd is going to be very disappointed.
Do not chase the points.
Yeah, don't chase the dragon. I personally would prefer not to. Like, okay, we're talking about Andrews having a little bit of a resurgence. I did drop him in a league this week, and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Like, I still think this week there are 12 tight ends better than Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
And so I would just as soon not start him, even with Zay Flowers out.
Let's change that and say 12 more reliable tight ends.
Yeah, especially this week.
Derrick Henry, however, on pace for a
Stud.
$2,000 year, hopefully more than $2,000. This guy. I don't know. Is he just never going to age? Is he not? Can you stop this man? It's
don't-
insane.
I know. Have you seen his face when he's
Yeah,
running? It's
yeah.
like, this is the best faces ever.
He's the happiest man in the entire world, just trucking through people.
Have you
It's
seen
I
it?
watched him do this morning I watched a video of him doing uphill sprints, and this is like a steep freaking hill, like the steepest hill I have seen in my life, and he is sprinting straight up it.
Okay, and the funny thing, when Jerry Rice did it, he kind of jogged. He
Yeah.
wasn't like full. Derrick Henry is
Full speed.
Full
sprint.
speed. Yeah, there's no slow.
All right, so the next one would have to be the poor Browns.
God bless him. Nick Chubb. That's it.
Okay, I will say
Right,
I'm
right.
saying Chubb. They got 2 linemen back this week.
They do.
I say started. Probably going to be like 60 yards and a touchdown,
Yeah.
but I still say I have to start him.
He's
So-
he's a solid RB3.
I am
RB2
of
max.
This is hard for me because everything I said last week, it's everything I've been saying about Derrick Henry all year. he just doesn't, like normal biology does not apply to this man. At the same time, he would have been a huge disappointment last week if he didn't find the end zone. He was otherwise not used much. My concern is not the talent. My concern is how much he gets used. How quickly do they ease him back in? Because it is an easing process they're doing right now. They're handing it to other running backs as well. I would lean towards not starting him this week. On the other hand, David Njoku, fire him up.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be another one that I think Njoku, like I said earlier, I think he's going to have a monster rest of the season.
What about Mr. Judy?
So
I don't
wide
like
receivers,
Jerry
I think,
Jeudy.
are conversation.
I don't like Jerry Jeudy. I just don't like it, and I don't care.
I don't like him either, but who are they going to throw to?
I don't want to start
Hopefully.
any of them, but
I don't either.
You got a couple of watches out there.
Yeah, Cedric
Tillman, Elijah Moore. I'm watching them.
Yeah,
Elijah Moore.
Tillman's been on the way up. I mean, I think that if anyone's going to challenge Jerry Jeudy for wide receiver one in this offense, it's going to be Tillman. I don't think Elijah Moore can do it at this point.
No, I don't either.
He's had
terrible.
ample opportunities.
He went to his crap college.
He did.
That guy.
Yeah, I think he's just had the opportunities to be that guy, and he's not that guy. Cedric Tillman could be that guy. We don't know. So I did you pick him up in this league?
Yeah,
Okay.
I picked him up at Total Flyer. I dropped Jalen Polk, I think, for him, which no big loss.
No big loss. You're right. So yeah, you're not starting Tillman this week, but he is someone you want to watch pretty carefully and see how he's used.
All right, so we'll move on to the Titans versus the Lions. The Titans are 1-5, and the Lions are 5-1. How many points will the Lions score on the Titans?
Well, I mean that's Evan's question. He's trying to figure out the spread.
Yeah, the over/under on it. I think they can reach 40.
I would think so too.
I'll say this:
Nah.
I don't like a single Titan this week. I'm not starting Tony Pollard.
Oh no, I got him as a bust.
I think he's going to be just monumentally disappointing.
I agree. Yeah, there's no Titan. Period. Not Chigakonkolo or any of them.
No.
I don't think the Lions put up 40 necessarily. The Titans' defense is not bad. So
The offense is going to be off the field so quick.
That's true. That's fair. I mean, on the Lions side, start everybody.
So nobody on the Titans.
I'm not.
Nobody.
Okay,
Nobody. Do you disagree?
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Not a single Titan. Start
But-
everybody except Sam Laporta for the Lions.
Calvin Ridley can get better. Like I would be interested in monitoring Ridley now that Hopkins is gone, but I'm not starting him this week. That's for sure.
No. I think like you said, start everybody, and Laporta, if you have him, you're probably in that position where you almost have to start him because your other ones, who knows?
Yeah, I think he's still a top 12, right? Like that's my cutoff. Are you a top 12 tight end? And I think Laporta is this week.
Is there anybody going to step up while?
I mean, yeah. So the two people to step up. So again, this is just monitor. You're not like trying to do anything with them this week. But Tim Patrick and Khalif Raymond.
Fireball's back?
Tim Patrick has quietly been pretty productive for the Lions over the last few weeks. They signed him off. He got cut by Denver in the preseason. They signed him to fill the X role, and he's been getting a little more involved every week. I mean, you just never know when he's going to get hurt. But for now, he is doing okay. That said, he is not the Jameson Williams replacement. His role is going to stay pretty much the same, but maybe he gets more targets. Khalif Raymond had that role before Jameson Williams took over, and now he goes right back to it. It's not going to be a reliable thing, but, you know, DFS, if that's what you're into, you can take a shot on him. He might get a long touchdown.
All right, so the next game moving on will be the Cardinals versus the Dolphins. The Cardinals are 3-4. The Dolphins are 2-4. For the Cardinals, give me who you're not starting.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. And we'll get into this on our start sit list too and talk on that. Marvin Harrison, I'm not trusting it at all. He's got a Kyler problem, and I like Kyler, so
I don't.
It's true. I think so. This is. I mean, I talked before about. I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. was the best wide receiver prospect. I did not think he was a good fit in Arizona, and I thought Neighbors would have been a better fit in Arizona. And part of that is Kyler plays outside of structure so much, and where Marvin Harrison wins is
in structure and running routes.
Yeah, exactly. These finesse route runs, but don't ask him to just like break off and just find something on his own. Create. He's not a creator.
He's not a Kelsey.
Yeah, exactly. Neighbors can do some of that. Harrison can't, and I think that's really hurt. And I also think Harrison would probably be better for the Giants, even though Neighbors has been incredible. So yeah, there you go.
So we're starting
If
Murray.
they flipped, who you got? If they
James.
flipped them.
Ooh.
Like, Neighbors went to the Cardinals and Harrison went to the Giants. Who you got for the rest of the year?
God, it's so hard. Like
I would
I've
say
thought
Harrison.
about this before. I think I would say Harrison, but it would be very close.
Yeah.
I think they'd both be great if they just flipped teams. And Neighbors still is great. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
So for Arizona, it's Murray, Connor,
Yeah.
and Trey
And
McBride.
Trey McBride.
Trey
Those
McBride.
are
Alright.
the three.
Looking over at the Dolphins now. For the last 2-3 weeks, I said
We keep having this conversation.
I said sit Tyreek, crank them up. Here we go.
I am
It's-
ready to be hurt again.
It just depends, man. It just depends. I mean, Tua hasn't officially gotten to the point where he's going to play. If he doesn't,
Don't
avoid-
start anybody.
Avoid
Yeah.
the whole squad.
Oh,
Even if he
are we?
does,
Look, so saying that, so if Tua does not start, are we jumping on my bandwagon?
Of start nobody?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm with
All
you.
right, there we go.
I said it last week. You know, coming off the bye, if they couldn't figure out something with Snoop Huntley, and we don't even know who the backup is right now. Huntley's hurt. Is it going to be Tim Boyle? Is it going to be Skylar Thompson? We
Lord
don't know.
have mercy.
But if
It's so sad.
yeah, it really is sad. But we have enough evidence that anyone but Tua, this just does not work. And I can't explain how it doesn't work. That Jonnu Smith is the only relevant player. You can't get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands at all. It's
Look.
wild. It's insane.
It's
but
a Jerry curl.
maybe so. But Tua is. I know I said Tua is not past protocol. He is expected to.
He's
Say-
expected.
Also saying
He's
that,
happened.
Tony, I was really looking for a snide remark about my Jerry curl.
He
I
gave
thought he
it.
gave you
Oh,
one.
he did? I
Yeah,
didn't
he-
even see it. What did he say?
He said, "What's wrong with Jerry curls?" or
Nothing,
something like that.
nothing's wrong with the Jerry curl, but Mike McDaniel doesn't need one. That's all I was saying. So,
So that said, I do expect Tua to be back, and if he is back, any other week I might say someone like Waddle I would want to wait a week, but it's the Arizona
Start 'em.
defense.
Yeah,
Give me everyone against the Arizona defense.
yeah, for sure.
I just can't resist.
well, I mean, we've seen Tua with them, and we've seen
Yeah.
it without. So, if he's there, I feel like you're starting
Yeah.
Waddle, Hill, A-Chain, Tua,
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu Smith on a Hail Mary. All right, so moving on, we have the Jets versus the Pats. The Jets are 2-5 and a sinking ship. The Patriots are 1-6.
That ship is sunk.
Huh, don't you talk about Drake May.
No, it's not Drake May's fault. It's not. He's not the
Drake
problem.
May is
So-
good stuff.
So talk to me about the Packers first.
All right. We
The-
called
I'm
it.
sorry, the Patriots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the Jets. I'm sorry. I
Oh, the
said the
Jets,
Patriots.
okay.
I said the Packers. There.
Yeah, you
Lord
did.
have mercy.
Aaron Rodgers.
Just a green team. And
The Rodgers. Yeah. I get it.
The Jets, at least, was pretty much what we said. Not really trusting DeAndre Hopkins his first week in there. I don't. Brees Hall for sure. Garrett Wilson looked pretty okay. I think I keep rolling with him. I don't trust a single one of the Jets past that.
You-
DeAndre
Devontae.
Devontae is going to be there sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's this week. Hopefully it is.
I think
But,
it's this week.
It got outperformed by Lazard last week, which he'd only been there for 4 days. I get it, but I don't know. I don't like any of the Jets. I don't like it. I think the problem is Aaron Rodgers. I think that he's 62 years old and he needs to retire.
I agree with all of that, and I think that the problem is Aaron Rodgers. The slant flats that he loves so much are just not something. Do you think Rodgers plays a lot of Madden? Because slant flat still works in Madden, but it does not work in the real NFL
Look,
anymore.
the only thing Aaron Rodgers is doing after practice is an ice bath and like
And
a
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
and like I was whatever smoothie.
Yeah.
That's his nightly routine: ice bath, smoothie, bed. He doesn't play anything. He doesn't watch anything. He doesn't even read.
But he's
He sits in a completely dark room, mind just buzzed out of his head.
all that said. The Patriots defense is soft, as Gerard Mayo said himself. The team is soft. That defense is getting worse every week.
That's why you crank out Brees Hall this week.
I think you crank out a lot of them.
I think I honestly might even be so far in a flex, in a deep flex, Braylon Allen, give him a shot.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think it might be. I'm not saying that he's going to be a world beater, but he could end up around that 10-point mark, which is very helpful to a lot of people.
I would
like
not
it.
go as far as Braylon Allen, but I would start both Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams.
Okay.
And I wouldn't go Lazard, but,
You could be
Lazard
talked
is-
into it.
desperation
Yeah,
flex.
Lazard is not trustworthy.
No.
All right. So for the Pats, personally, nobody.
No, probably not anybody. I will say Drake May has looked a lot better than anybody really expected him to. And if the Jets
Excuse
secondary,
the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And Uriah.
I-
Uriah and I both were high on Drake May.
But I didn't expect it this year. I will say that.
that's okay. My point being, if the Jets secondary continues to be this banged up, that's a super flex quarterback, absolutely.
Who are you start? Okay. So Drake May, maybe Superflex. He's got to throw to somebody. Who's he throwing to?
I don't know who's he been throwing to.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter
It's been
Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Pop Douglas, he liked him a whole lot.
Okay.
Butte, you called him last
Sean
week.
Butte didn't work
but
out.
Didn't work out.
He'll
There's
be
people
back.
to catch. I don't know how good they're going to do catching it,
Look,
but he's put up these numbers with the crap around him anyway.
do you know why Butte didn't do good last week?
Because I called it.
No, because he bet on the other team.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving on.
Sorry, I will just say, Ramondre's a sit this week.
I think so too.
And even with, I agree, like the Jets secondary is so banged up.
Hassan's back.
Hassan is back. I still, and like the Jets scheme is pretty good on defense as much as I talk crap about their offensive scheme. Their defensive scheme is pretty sound.
Yep.
I would not start Drake May. And I would not start Hunter Henry unless, like, I am super desperate. I think there are 12 tight ends better than Hunter Henry this week. I think over the course of the season, he could be very good.
Who's your number 12 tight end?
Ooh, I don't have
Off the top of your
written
head.
down. It might be Sam Laporta, honestly.
Okay, so let's go Laporta or Henry.
Laporta.
Okay. Let's see. Henry or
Eric All.
Henry. There we go. You found my line.
wow, that was a good one. All right, so moving on, we'll go to the Henry or Pitts.
Pitts.
Okay. So Falcons versus the Buccaneers. The Falcons are 4-3. The Buccaneers are 4-3 and sinking.
Honorable mention for game of the week.
This was going to be my pick for game of the week, but mostly because there's going to be a whole lot of points coming out of Atlanta this week.
I feel like Cousins is fixing to go off this week.
He sure is.
I'm not saying start him or sit him. I'm just saying I have a feeling.
I would start him. I top 24 for sure. He's
Yeah,
in there.
start him in Superflex, not in one quarterback leagues.
Okay.
Not Ray
Cousins?
McLeod. I'm not starting Ray McLeod.
He's out
We'll
there.
get into Ray in a second.
Cousins or Rogers.
I think I'd take
this
Cousins
week.
this
Rodgers.
week. Oh man, no, I think I'd take Cousins this week.
I understand. I wouldn't blame anyone for going Cousins. I mean, those are the two that I constantly compare to each other. I always have them right next to each other. But I think this week against that Patriots defense, I'll take Rodgers.
Same game. Baker. Cousins.
Baker.
Really? Nobody to throw to, and you're picking
got-
Baker?
He's got
Jalen
some people
McMillan.
to throw
And,
to.
yeah.
But again, he's in that same situation. Don't know how well any of them are going to catch any of these balls, but he's been on fire, and I don't know how much of that is just Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
We have established that Foley is in on Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I am too. I mean, I said MVP, and I feel like I'm crushed from 2 weeks ago when I said MVP, and I feel like now it's not going to happen.
Baker's that dude. He is that dude.
Okay.
So Rashad White or Bucky Irving? Neither one. And who was it in our league that dropped all that money on Sean Tucker? How's that going?
Todd, who never does anything in free agency, went buck wild on Sean Tucker. Again, it's everything I said last week, and I mean, this came up in the group chat. Yeah, Rashad White and Bucky Irving both ended up having a good game last week, and we had said sit them all. It's still one of these things where
I did not say send them all.
Oh, you said
I like
Bucky,
I like
yeah,
Bucky.
You like Bucky.
Yeah.
To me, this is a thing where process over results. Like, simulate that game 100 times. 80 times, you're going to be glad you sat those two.
And to be fair,
Now-
Bucky put up 8 points against Atlanta the last time they played.
And saying that, I will say,
Rashawn put up 10.
I bet I would put good money that Bucky will be first and second down,
Yeah.
and no third downs, and I feel like White will be some second down and all third downs.
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
So I feel like you got to start both of them.
I think that's enough of a split that you don't start either of them.
Well, my only thing
There's
is
a lot of points in this game, man. There's just gonna be a ton of points in this one.
well, I can't.
I don't buy that there's going to be a ton of points.
I think there is, and okay, Chubb or Bucky.
I would go Chubb. It's tough, but I would go Chubb.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, we already kind of went over the wide receivers in Tampa Bay this week and who we think is going to be what. I think Sterling Shepard outshines this week at least, just because he does have a little bit more of that. What's the word I'm looking for?
Chemistry?
I guess. Yeah, sure. Chemistry. A little bit of that experience that he's not great. You remember what Sterling Shepard used to do. And every year there would be like 1 week where like, oh, Sterling Shepard, hottest waiver wire pickup, and that was the end of the year.
When
Maybe
Brady was playing, he had a decent year.
Brady didn't play with Sterling Shepard.
Yes,
Sterling
he
Shepard
did.
was with the Giants.
Yeah,
No, he was with the Buccaneers. I know this because Sterling Shepard's on my fantasy.
I mean, maybe that overlap.
This does not ring a bell at all.
Yep, look it up.
I believe you. I don't even know how I would do that.
Anyway, even if he was, it was still just another one of those, like Evan's saying. He was good 1 week and people got hyped.
He was. No, I think he had like 800 yards.
What I mean by it is that I think he has a good year this year, or this week. I think this week is a good week for him. And then McMillan will take over, and then Mike Evans will be back, and it won't matter.
Well, I think it'll still matter for one of them because, again, like Trey Palmer is the one affected by Evans. These two are competing to who's going to be the Chris Godwin replacement, and that's what's more interesting, anyways, for fantasy. I don't know. It's hard to see which it's going to be, but I wouldn't want to start any of them this week. Not Trey Palmer, not Jalen McMillan, not Sterling Shepard. This face Uriah is making tells me Sterling Shepard was not a Buccaneer back then.
He did.
He's a Giant.
He was a Giant forever.
But okay, saying that, I would like to redeem myself on the podcast. Somebody on my franchise team played with Tom Brady, and I had him, and now
it was not Sterling Shepard.
I know that
I
now.
suspect there were a few people that did that.
Yeah, that's how fantasy football works. Usually, someone gets 800 yards.
Now I got to look this up now. So anyway, moving on, we'll go to the Packers versus the Jaguars. The Packers are 5-2. The Jaguars are 2-5. And I will say this: this is one of the higher points.
You think this one is?
I mean, that's what it said on ESPN. I want to say it was like 38 or was it, no, 48, 47.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say what game we're on.
Packers versus the Jaguars.
Jags.
Okay.
So, Packers, you're starting Love, you're starting Josh Jacobs, you're starting Jaden Reed. Anybody else?
Dobbs this week. I kind of like Dobbs, and that's probably a gamble. I don't know if it's going to pan out, but I kind of like him here.
It's a gamble. I wouldn't take the gamble personally, but I can understand.
I'm not starting Christian Watson. No, thank you. I don't like Dontavian Wicks.
No, I think it's pretty simple for me. It's Josh Jacobs, it's Jaden Reed, and it's Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love.
How could I forget my beautiful boy in that tight end spot?
I was waiting for
tight end 3.
He deserves all the accolades. Good for him.
Not all of them.
Yeah. All the ones that he's getting.
He deserves a few.
He deserves the ones that he is getting. He has not been overappreciated. You're a beautiful man, Tucker Kraft, and I like you as a person.
Is he though?
I don't really
You like him as more than a person.
Yeah, I like him as a player as well.
Is there anything else on the Packers? I mean, I think
No.
Your eyes a little distracted here trying to figure out who this fantasy player was.
I am so messed up right now. Moving on, I'll forget it.
Jags.
Trevor Lawrence. Do not start him.
Nope. I'm gonna say Evan Ingram is worth a start in most leagues.
Yes.
That's
the tank. You got to start him.
No, not
No?
starting Tank's pick.
Okay.
Not starting Tank or ETN.
I'm
Neither
sta-
one of them.
I'm starting Tank and Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas, I feel pretty okay about too.
This is not the Tank I would start. There is a Tank I would start this week, but it is not Tank
Really?
Bigsby.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah,
but
it is
I'm
not Tank Bigsby that I
the
would start.
exact opposite.
I know, if ETN is fully out, I can be talked into Bigsby. And it's not clear whether he'll play at all. If he plays at all, I don't want it. And he might be eased back in. I get it. Packers defense also just secretly so good. Really, really good. I don't want it. I know I have been very late to a couple of these backfields. I was down on Chase Brown forever. It kept working out. I've been down on the Bucs backfield, still am. Been down on Tank Bigsby. And maybe this is all going to come back and bite me, but for now, I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't like any of it. It feels wrong, and a big part of this game is feel. And
Give me Tank and give me Thomas.
I go with Brian Thomas, sure.
All right, next game: Colts versus the Texans. The Colts are 4-3. The Texans are 5-2. Let's start with the Colts. AR, is he playing?
I love him.
No, he's terrible.
It's such an enigma in Indianapolis.
It's not an enigma. He's terrible. And
No,
you shouldn't.
I mean the whole team. You don't really know what's going to take the field out there. AR, if he starts, do any of his receivers count? Probably not. Is Jonathan Taylor going to play? And how good's he going to be even if he does? I don't like any of it. I don't feel good about it. You're going to start Jonathan Taylor because you probably paid high for him in the draft. Probably going to start Richardson as well for the same reason. But none of that's going to feel good, I promise.
For me, it's Superflex start AR. Single quarterback, do not start AR. If Taylor plays, you start him. Nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't want Michael Pittman. I don't want any of them.
I don't want him either anymore. So if anybody wants to trade for Michael Pittman, you can reach out to me. He is a stellar player, and we like him a lot over here.
He's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
You know, I love Michael Pittman. I was really high on him before the draft.
Me
Not
too.
at all. Not at all.
Me too.
All right,
If
so
they would just give Flacco the dang spot,
For
I would
real.
start him wide receiver 2 the rest of the year. But alas,
all right, so CJ Texans. You're starting CJ, right?
starting CJ.
You're starting Joe Mixon, right?
Absolutely starting Joe Mixon.
And you're starting at wide receiver.
Diggs, I guess. I don't
would
like
start
Tank.
Dell.
I don't
I
like
know we
Tank.
gave you a goose egg
It
last week.
hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. That's what it did.
It
hurt.
can't get worse.
But that doesn't mean it's going to get
better. Exactly. It could still be worse.
No,
It could be as
it could
bad.
be as bad. I know.
I should. Yeah.
Um,
Bad grammar. I'm sorry.
I do think Dell has a better game this week.
Hopefully.
I
for
mean,
somebody.
he could fall down with the ball. Yes, he's got a better game.
I think he has. I think he has a
Okay.
top 24 game
I
this week.
forgot Robert Woods was even on this team.
Yes, he is.
Anyway,
The ghost of Robert Woods, not
Bobby-
even the corpse.
Not
Bobby
even the
Trees.
corpse.
yeah, I could see myself starting Tank in a deep flex position, but I'm going to go with Diggs, and that even doesn't feel good, which makes me think that Tank's not the way to go with this at all.
I've got Tank Dell top 24 wide receiver this week.
That's a
Ooh, from
spicy.
From
take.
your ears to
That is
yes, from God's lips to your ears. I hope
spicy take.
that is a spicy meatball.
This spice.
All right, moving on to the poor Saints and the Chargers. The Saints
Worst game of the week. This
Saints.
is going to be awful. I apologize for New Orleans because of what this game is going to be like.
Saints are 2-5. The Chargers are 3-3. Is Derek Carr back?
Who cares?
Is Chris Olave back?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be back, but so what?
Is the problem child going to be okay this week? Alvin Kamara.
Got a broke hand. He's played with it for 3 weeks.
And they've lost those
Yeah,
3 weeks.
he still looked good. What is he? With a broken hand, he's put up oh, wait. No, he looked bad. Never mind.
Exactly. He had two.
I thought he looked better than he did.
He had two
Yeah,
really.
no, he's been rough lately.
He's had 2 really good games. Those first 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, Evan, you're the Saints fan. Who are you starting? Anyone else? Anyone outside?
Kamara.
Are you
There's
starting
not one
Olave?
person on this team that you would consider like an auto start. Not right now. But all of them cost so much in draft capital that you're probably going with Kamara. You're
Fair.
probably going with Chris Olave. Anybody else? No thanks.
Can I interest you in a
Hill.
Marquez Valdez Scantling?
No, you could not. It makes me angry.
That was the last person they could find.
You know, there's a reason that they're having open tryouts. Anybody that's 6 feet tall and has ever seen a football.
That was false. Also,
was it really?
It was.
Oh
it
man,
was.
I was excited.
So they put it all over town. Yeah,
I was excited. I was gonna go.
Okay, so question for the Saints fan who is, talking down on his team.
I love him.
I have the same measurements as Gabe Davis, to be clear. I mean,
Do we? It is week 8.
Yeah.
Do you shift focus as a fantasy player and just say to heck where I draft them?
I mean, you're gonna get there if you're not there already, for sure.
I mean, I think
you're gonna reach that.
Do you still go?
I'm still starting Chris Olave. If he plays, I'm starting him.
Okay.
Kamara, if he plays, I'm starting him.
Is that because of how you drafted him?
No,
or
it's
is that
because
potential?
I know who they are.
Okay.
I know who these players are, and there has to be something out of there. There just has to be. Bub Means is not taking over this team. Mason Tipton, I can't believe they even let him on the field anymore. There has to be something out of Olave or Kamara.
Evan is turning very red right now.
This is very emotional. I'm about to cry.
Yeah, no, it's all, I mean, something you said that I want to address, though. To all of our fans, of which there are many.
Yeah.
Even some in Russia.
We are the fastest growing private fantasy league podcast this side of
with the best analysts.
To our tens of fans.
Yep.
What's wrong with this league? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just want you to know, you should not be making any decision, especially at this point in the season, based on where you drafted someone. A start-sit decision has nothing to do with where you drafted them anymore. That is the sunk cost fallacy.
It's less that. It's less. It involves where you drafted them, but it also involves, how many options did you get after them that are going to be able to overtake them? In some cases, you're going to have a lot, but in a lot of cases, you're just kind of stuck with it.
I'm with you to an extent. Yeah, but my only point is sometimes you can find someone better on the waiver wire right now. I don't think Olave is that, to be clear.
No.
I'm okay with, depending on your situation, starting Olave. I am starting him in another league. I'm just saying, don't ever let the idea of, I took this guy in the 3rd round, therefore I have to start him.
It's a fair point.
Well, what I was getting to was eventually, I think they said week 10, we're going to have CMC maybe be coming back.
I don't see it.
No, well, I'm just saying, when that happens, if it happens this year, what's his name? Mason has been killing it.
Yeah.
Do you shut Mason off? Say you had Mason and CMC. That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you, I'm not dropping him.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when do you start to shift that? And you actually go off gameplay? Because, in your mind, you're like, well, CMC's great. I know he's going to do good. But do you shift?
Because CMC, if they say CMC is starting, I am starting him the first week he's back. I will say that. And it has nothing to do with where I drafted him. It just has to do with
who he is.
That dude. Yeah,
well, that's exactly. You have these people that, whether or not they're been doing it, you know who they are and what they should be able to do.
Okay. All right, so moving on, we'll go to the Chargers. Justin Herbert.
No, thank you.
Who said out on Herbert forever last week, like this year?
I think that sounds like Stephen A. Smith.
Yes. Whispering?
Yeah, doing the whisper. No, I'm not particularly interested in Herbert.
And I have
this
been,
week or any week.
And I have been okay with Dobbins. I almost say you don't start Dobbins either.
Nah, I'm starting Dobbins this week if I'm in that position because New Orleans defense is really, really bad, and they just refuse to tackle. They just don't like it.
Okay, well, do you start McConkley?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering how brave you are.
No, I mean, there's just
deep leagues. You're in a 16-man league. You're going to start it.
Do you
Otherwise,
feel?
no thanks.
Do you feel about Justin Herbert the way I feel about AR and Jaden Daniels.
Well, for different reasons.
Okay.
I think Justin Herbert is a very talented quarterback.
I don't think AR is a very talented
Yeah,
quarterback.
exactly. So for different reasons, I just don't believe. I just don't believe he's ever going to have the volume. I don't think he's being set up for success.
He's
and it's
not.
interesting, as much as I say he's very talented, he has been so good throughout his entire career of avoiding negative plays, making bad throws. But now they've asked him, you're only going to have to throw the ball like 15 times. And he's throwing more bad passes now. Like
because that's his only option. I mean,
Yeah. I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
he might have this feeling of
I got
I'm
to
not-
do something.
exactly. I'm
I
not
think
going to
so,
have
too.
many shots, so I've got to take them hard. And
Yeah.
it's
As
not
opposed
working.
to being in the past where he was throwing 40
Yeah.
times a game, and
yeah.
I
It's
would say
rough.
that's probably the saddest quarterback's story of these last couple of years. Justin Herbert, there's so much more potential out of that. And you're right, it's just not happening.
And now Bryce Young is back, so he is. I think last week Herbert passed Bryce Young on the rushing yards for the year.
it's about
but
to
now,
go back.
yeah, Bryce Young's about to surpass him again.
Good Lord.
All right, so moving on, we'll go to the Bills versus the Seahawks. I think this is going to be a great game. The Bills are 5-2. The Seahawks are 4-3. Talk to me about the Bills.
Cooper, go off game.
Be a good game.
This is going to be the one.
Yep.
This is going to be the one that makes everybody realize why they went for him.
Everything clicks.
I
think,
feel
this
like-
week. Yeah,
I
agree.
feel like you're starting everybody on the Bills, even Shakir. And I know y'all don't like Shakir.
It's
I-
not that I don't like him, but I think
I feel-
Coleman's better.
Well, here's my thing. I do feel like Josh Allen is going to play good this game. And I feel like you're going to be in a situation where you don't know who is going to go off. So you better start them off.
That's fair.
I disagree. I mean, Cooper is the receiver I would want in this game. Even Dalton Kincaid, I'm starting him. I don't love it. I think Kincaid, it's really comes down to does Dawson Knox play, and Dawson Knox might not play. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be pretty excited about Dalton Kincaid. If he does, I'm not excited, but I'll still do it. Cooper, I agree with Evan is the one. Sorry, I started calling you Evans
I
like
know,
Mike.
you got him on your brain. I know you
always.
miss him.
I do miss him so much. It's been so long since I've gotten to watch him play.
So creepy.
He's, but yeah, no. I don't want anything to do with Shakir this week. Certainly not Keon Coleman. Shout out to Keon Coleman for helping Amari Cooper, though. Did y'all see that? Where he was like, "Yeah, run a seam." But I think James Cook is an interesting one. You're starting him for sure still, but I don't think it's as much of an auto start as we would have expected to be at this point in the year. Ray Davis is creeping in there.
Yeah. To be fair, he's still only had 2 games that are lower than 10 points. But
For
yeah,
sure.
I think that he is. I agree with you right there. That's coming closer and closer to a split than I would feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it is. But, I mean, I'll let y'all go there. I feel like
I'm
James.
still okay with Cook for now, to be clear. I'm just that's something to monitor if you're a Cook owner,
Okay.
which I am in several leagues.
All right, so moving on to the Seahawks. Geno, fire him up
Fire him up
with
man.
the 2,000 yards so far.
Gino is, God bless him. He went from punching a guy on his team in the jaw or getting punched in the jaw. I don't even remember how that
I
story
forgot
went.
about that fight.
Yeah, he got into a fight and somebody's jaw got broken. It might have been his. I don't
was
remember.
his.
That was
It
at the
his,
Jets.
That's right.
Because he had it
Yeah.
wired.
Went from that to
Yeah.
being a solid pick for a quarterback. I mean, it is just about as consistent as you can get. And I like him. Fire him up
Ken Walker, fire him up.
Yeah,
for sure.
and they probably lean on him even more without DK. So they yeah.
Do you think that gives Charbonnet just a little bit of a bump?
No. I like Charbonnet more than Uriah. We've been on record that
Yeah.
I do think Charbonnet is a good running back, but I don't trust this offense to use him as long as Ken Walker is healthy.
Sure.
Or use him enough, even with the DK injury. However,
Jackson?
Jackson, Smith and Jigba, and Tyler Lockett, I would start
Start
them
'em?
both.
Okay.
Wow.
I like that.
Lockett is. Why does Lockett always feel like it is such a hot take to say to start his name? Like, why is it? What is it about Tyler Lockett?
He's boring.
He's boring. He again had one of those seasons. I remember I had him years ago. And it was excellent, and it's just been whatever ever since. I don't know about Jackson though.
I would start them both.
I would too. So
High
moving on.
volume. It's a high volume passing attack.
Moving on to the Panthers versus the Broncos. The Panthers are 1-6, and the
Toilet bowl
Broncos are
They're
surprisingly
4-3. How are they 4-3? It's nuts.
Man, Bo Nix going crazy.
Mhm.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Foley.
I'm still not a Bo Nix fan. I want to be really clear about that.
You're a fan.
But-
Talk to me.
The biggest fan.
But I have been more of a Bo Nix believer than anyone else on this podcast.
I agree.
And yeah, I mean, he can, like, the thing before the NFL draft was, if you watch Bo Nix at Oregon, you can see a little bit of Drew Brees in his game. Man, what if he is Sean Payton's favorite quarterback in this draft, and he's still there at 8 or 12? It was 12. I think it was pick number 12. What if he's probably still going to be there at 12 for Sean
Yes.
Payton? So Payton doesn't need to worry about trading up or anything. His guy is probably there, and that's exactly how it worked out. And you can see, I'm not saying he is as good as Drew Brees,
Yeah.
but he plays that style, and it works. I mean, again, not one quarterback, but two quarterback. Yeah, keep firing him up. It's fine. As far as the receivers go, Devon Vele seems to be back.
Yep.
And then there's Troy Franklin, who I think you picked him up, Uriah.
I did.
I had a bid on him. I just had Jalen McMillan as a higher bid, so that went out. But I think Franklin has been coming on strong. He has that chemistry with Nix.
Because they played.
They were college teammates. I liked that pick for the Broncos a lot. I couldn't believe Franklin went as late in the draft as he did. I
He's a
think he's a
good
pretty
player.
good receiver.
He is.
So yeah, I like him to get better and better every week. I don't like Vele at all. I don't understand, but Sean Payton does, and so there's something to be said for that.
And surprise, surprise, Cortland Sutton has underperformed over
Yeah,
there. How
go
about
figure.
that? That is wild.
And I don't think Vele is capable of overtaking Sutton as the number one. I think Franklin is capable of that. We could end up seeing, I don't know, maybe Sutton ends up being number 3. But yeah, I would not start Sutton.
Javante?
Yeah,
I would
I'm
start
starting
Javonte.
All right, that's
Starting
what I wanted
Javonte.
to hear. Okay. Moving on to the poor Panthers. Are we starting just Chuba?
Chuba.
That's it?
Just Chuba. And
Yeah.
not even feeling great about that with Bryce Young Anderson.
Wow.
The only thing, my only like ray of hope is what if we just keep having a backup QB bump in Carolina? They just play
You
music.
flip it over
Yeah.
and over again.
Every
You
3 or
always
4
get the-
games, they switch quarterbacks, and it jazzes the team up.
Yeah.
And then after a few games, that quarterback
Has there
starts to
been-
suck again,
Has
and
there
the
ever been
morale goes
QB by
down.
committee that you
How
can?
Yes, there was. It
Yeah.
was Jameis Winston and Ryan Fitzpatrick. They kept switching throughout the year, and it worked pretty well.
Could we do like the Bulls and the Clowns? They all sit at the poker table, and the Bull comes charging out. The last man standing is quarterback for the week. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just Chuba for me. I have no interest in Deontay Johnson or Xavier Legette or Jatavian Sanders
Or anybody.
until Bryce Young can show us something.
All right.
And maybe he can. I don't know.
Chiefs versus the Raiders. The Chiefs are 6-0.
The Chiefs win.
The Raiders are 2-5. Talk to me.
I don't.
Let's go back
feel-
to Chiefs.
I do not feel good about Patrick Mahomes, and I am going to start him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Patrick Mahomes, but
He's
that-
better. He has better receiving than he had last week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's got better options.
I'm not saying that's going to help him, but I'm just.
We kind of talked about it a little bit before the podcast started, but watching a Kansas City game this year is just. It's almost unbelievable that they're the top of the league.
It's
that
the
they're
Chris
6-0.
Jones show.
Well, you watch them, and the game is not good. Nobody's playing well,
Nope.
but they still pull it out. Like Foley said, just clutch, and it doesn't
Impatient.
translate. It's impatient, too. And it just doesn't translate to fans.
Well, like we were saying with Herbert, he feels like he has to make the play.
Mhm.
Yep.
Patrick just sits back there and throws crap until that one moment where he
Until one
throws a dart for
And
40
that's-
yards.
And that's when it's on the SportsCenter top 10. They
Yeah.
won't think about the 2 interceptions he threw before it. But
Yep.
he'll get a little sidearm to whoever the hell he's got out there for a touchdown. And
So we starting pretty much everybody.
On the Chiefs?
Mahomes, Hunt,
you start
Kelsey.
Okay, yeah, those guys, sure. Not
Oh,
Xavier Worthy.
No. I don't feel great about Hopkins this
That's
week.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Are we starting any wide receiver?
Not Xavier Worthy. I would consider Hopkins, but I wouldn't like it. I mean, like I said last week, I don't like generally these putting route runners in week 1. It worked out for Cooper. It didn't work out for Devontae last week. Yeah, no, I don't think I would start DeAndre this week. But starting next week, I'm probably going to be pretty comfortable.
I'm absolutely on the train that he's going to get there sooner rather than later. I just don't like this week for him.
Yeah, I agree.
With the Raiders, start nobody.
Brock Bowers, that's it.
Brock Bowers.
I have him as the bust this week.
He could be a bust. I mean,
and that's more Minshew.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was so. I traded away Brock Bowers in this league, and I mean, it was pretty easy for me to say, okay, yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah. But the clincher was, and now it's Gardner Minshew again, and Gardner Minshew is a terrible quarterback. Deshaun Watson's gone. Hello, worst quarterback in the NFL, worst starting quarterback in the NFL, Gardner Minshew.
I
You hear
agree.
that, Dr. Lee? Anyway, Madison, he's been doing a lot better. It's not happening this week. He's not getting anything this week.
All right, for I think I went down. Let's see. No, that's everybody, right?
Bears,
Yeah, Bears
Commanders.
versus the Commanders. The Bears are 4-2, and the Commanders are 5-2. Who we starting on the
I like
Bears?
Caleb. I like Swift. I guess DJ Moore too. I'll get into this more later, but yeah.
Okay.
The-
I think all the big people, all the big analysts are saying Caleb is going to have a crazy game. So,
I like Caleb.
I mean, this defense.
Absolutely.
so are we Okay, we're starting 2. Give me the wide. Or who are we starting for wide receiver?
I think actually just DJ Moore. As
Yeah.
much as I make fun of the Washington defense, they have gotten a little bit better the last couple weeks. Not enough for me to trust Keenan
You're
Allen.
starting DJ
or-
Moore, and you're probably starting Cole Kmet.
Yeah, you would start
Okay.
Cole Kmet. I agree, Kmet and Moore. I don't want Allen or Doomsday this week.
All right, for the Commanders.
Who's their quarterback with Jaden out?
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota's still alive?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier on the
I wasn't
podcast.
listening.
Yes.
If the conversation doesn't directly involve me, I'm not listening to it.
Yeah, Mariota, I think, is a good fit for this air raid offense. He looked good last week coming in for
So basically,
Daniels.
me and you looked at him and was talking about Mariota. He was totally ignoring both of
Yeah,
us.
I don't
Okay.
remember that happening at all.
he's not a good friend.
Or a podcast host. I don't know why I'm here.
Oh goodness. All right, so let's see.
Terry McLaurin, you would start, I think.
and Brian Robinson.
And Brian Robinson. Oh, it's interesting. Well, this is a humble brag here.
Oh, God.
I think you should start
comes
Brian Robinson.
The pump and dump. Go ahead.
I think you should start Brian Robinson. I am probably not starting Brian Robinson this week because I just have such a wealth of great players this week.
Lord have mercy.
Who? Joe. Do not go on the
Yeah,
on the
that-
site and be like, I think the best people is probably Foley.
got the best
He's great, golly
You
gee.
don't do that. I mean, he seriously had to buy a bigger hat for this
For
Hunter
real.
S. Thompson costume he's got on right now.
Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
well,
but
I'm telling you, he's dressed up like Hunter S. Thompson, and his hat's a little bit bigger because he's got a big fat head. Anyway,
Well, Brian Robinson has the big hats. Remember? You remember that?
oh,
from
God, no, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I thought that was Pharrell, but it was both of them.
Pharrell had the wide hats. He had the big baseball caps. Anyways, point is, I think most people should start Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys tell me, Jalen Waddle or Brian Robinson? 'Cause
Brian
that's
Robinson.
really what it comes down to for me.
Brian Robinson. I wouldn't even miss a beat.
I do
Remember
feel like
Waddle was
Waddle.
against Arizona.
I do feel like
I do.
Waddle is a bigger gamble than Brian Robinson.
That's
I think that the safer bet is.
I
Robinson.
agree with that.
and the reason, once again, my analysis would just be because we don't know about Tua yet.
Yeah.
So if Tua's in, I'm probably going with Waddle. Right now, it's going to be Robinson just because he's there. They're going to run the ball.
I agree with pretty much all of that. Like, Robinson is the safer, Waddle is the higher upside. I think I'm going to roll the dice. It's just, if it were anyone else they were playing but Arizona, I would go with Robinson. That Arizona defense, I just can't resist. It's too juicy.
All right, moving on. Cowboys versus the 49ers. The Cowboys are 3-3 and always suck. The 49ers are
no
3-4. Talk to me about
I'm not starting Dak. I have him in my other league. He was my big pick. I'm not starting him. I don't trust him until he does something else. Dak, you're sitting down. I might start Rico Dowdle, maybe. Probably not, though.
No.
CD,
That's the only
trouble.
person.
I can't even say to start him because of the way that Dak Prescott has been playing is not good. I say this as the biggest Mississippi State fan in this league. I can't do it with him anymore. I've tried to defend him as a okay quarterback
He's
for
not
years,
okay.
but he's just not okay, and it's not good in Dallas.
18 is your quarterback rank for Dak. Ooh.
I was just going to
That's
say.
a spicy meatball.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, against the 49ers defense, which is still very good. Welcome to Belichick yourself, Mr. CeeDee Lamb. Go ahead and have yourself a meal. I don't care if nobody else on your team is any good.
He'd have
You
to.
can eat.
Yeah, it had to be end rounds, and you can only run like two
Well,
a
I mean,
game.
look, the
Two
reality is,
20-point games.
the lowest
Two.
he scored this year, even, I mean, as much as we all hate the Cowboys' offense, I do too, to be clear, but Lamb still, his floor has been 10 points this year.
Yeah. It has
so-
been 10 points, which is good for wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, as opposed to
Which is
the
what
number
he
one
is for
wide
me.
receiver.
well, he's my wide receiver too, because my wide receiver 1 averages more than 20 points a game.
Who's your wide receiver one?
AJ Brown.
Wow.
His lowest points in a game this year has been like 22 points. So I'm pretty okay with CeeDee Lamb over there as my wide receiver too. That
fair.
said, yeah, I would start Jake Ferguson in this game. I'm okay with that. I think he's a top 12 tight end. I do not think Rico Dowdle is a start for me.
I wouldn't start him.
I
CD would be the only person I start.
I have higher hopes for Rico Dowdle, maybe just because I got him in a really terrible trade that blew up in my face. But I think he is a safe 3, like a flex kind of a running back. I think I'd give him a shot at least.
All right, this is the part I'm interested to
Me
hear
too.
to hear from y'all. 49ers.
Let's
Usually,
There's no way to know right now.
well, usually when Ayuk's out or
Uh-huh.
Kittle's out, it's the
Last man
Debo
standing.
it's the Debo show, and
There's just not really a way to know. I think
Does-
probably
does-
Juwan. I think Juwan again picks up and gets his big game.
so
out.
does Purdy have a good game?
Purdy will have a good game. I mean,
Okay.
everyone has a good game against the Cowboys.
because they're really bad.
The Saints looked elite against
Remember
the Cowboys.
Remember that happy 2 weeks of my life? Yeah, it was great. But it turns out that the Panthers and the Cowboys are just the bottom of the barrel.
Right above the Saints. Oh, I'm joking. The Saints are well above the Panthers and the Cowboys.
So I'm interested to hear from Evan on this because he owns both Debo and Juwan Jennings. If Debo plays this week, which we don't know if he will,
Starting
but if he does, you are starting him?
If
You start
Debo clears to play more than 15 minutes before the game, which is what happened last week, he said he was sick as they were running out of the tunnel.
I know that. I'm sorry too.
If he's cleared to play, practices enough this week, I'm starting him about 90% of that time.
Do you start
If not,
both?
How much is practicing enough? Well, let's say he doesn't practice at all this week, but does
No
play.
practice at all, and
But
says
does
that he's
play.
ready to play. I probably am not going to start him. I'd probably put Juwan in that slot because I don't trust Shanahan at all. And just because he's okay doesn't mean he's okay. I have to see that he gets, I would say, at least one full practice in before I start him this week.
I don't think you're
But
going to start him.
I probably am not going to start him. But in that case, Juwan Jennings.
What if Juwan Jennings has a longer practice this week? Because he's
Juwan
still dealing
Jennings
with
has
his
already
hip.
practiced this week. Didn't he?
Did he?
I believe so. I believe he
I
practiced.
think he did.
Do you have a difference in limited or full participant? Or is limited fine for you?
Limited might be okay. In that situation, I might not have a choice.
Yeah, you're getting pretty desperate.
That's not great.
I will say for our fans outside of our league, I would stay away from both Debo and Juwan Jennings. And the player to monitor, God knows you don't want to play him yet, but
Ricky
maybe.
Pearsall.
Well, yeah, Ricky Pearsall is the one that everyone's been hyping, and yes, go ahead and scoop him up if he's still on waivers. But then another one just to kind of keep an eye on, and depending on how deep your league is, maybe scoop him. If you're in our league, maybe scoop him. That's a free bit of advice. Jacob Cowing.
I don't like it.
Okay, question then. You just told me that Brock was going to have a decent game.
And then I'm saying sit these
That's
guys.
what I'm getting at.
I think it's these deeper guys. I mean, I
Okay.
think it's going to be spread around. I think
And Kittle,
Kittle was the big
Okay.
winner here. And then it's spread around. Like, Debo gets a little bit if he plays. Jennings gets a little bit. Pearsall gets a little bit.
Jordan
Maybe
Mason.
Jacob Cowan gets one to
Jordan
the
Mason
house.
has a big
Jordan
game.
Mason
Probably,
does have a big game.
I tell you what, Juice might get himself a decent game off of just some wheel routes from the backfield.
100%.
Could happen.
I agree.
right. So moving on to the last game, the Giants versus the Steelers. The Giants are 2-5. The Steelers are 5-2. And I would just like to say, in front of Foley, let Russ cook.
Let him cook. I'm
Let him
all
cook.
for him cooking. I'll give you a trade for him right now. We can, you want to negotiate a trade for Russell Wilson?
CD?
I don't have any. Not
CD,
CD.
yeah,
No,
sounds
no,
good,
no,
don't
no,
it?
no, no. Not
Oh,
CD.
after you fleece Matt, it's okay to not
okay
reciprocate.
to
Okay,
see
I was just wondering.
I'll take the head on this and say that I might have been wrong about Russell Wilson. I might have been wrong about getting up in Tomlin's butt about starting him over Justin Fields. But it also could be that the Jets secondary has no depth. And so when these big names go down, he's hitting moonshots to George Pickens, who hasn't even seen a football this year.
This is true.
That's not true.
He didn't have a touchdown.
Clearly, he's seen when he plays the game. I just mean that he hasn't been having these kinds of games before, and then he starts catching over nobody's head in the end zone.
All right, so I have a lot of takes on this. First of all, I also want to apologize. I mean, I thought it was possible for Russell Wilson to be a better quarterback than Justin Fields this year. I just didn't see the point. The thing I kept bringing up was long-term, he's not the franchise guy. Maybe Fields is.
That's a good take. I agree.
But what I realized watching that game is, Mike Tomlin thinks he can win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
And he might be able to with the defense.
Maybe. And so Russell Wilson gives you the better chance. What we never saw from Russell in Denver, whether it was freaking Nathaniel Hackett or Sean Payton, they didn't let him throw those moon balls that Chris Collinsworth loves so much.
Yeah.
And Pickens is a huge beneficiary. Pickens is the
Pickens
best.
is a start this week.
Yeah, Pickens is a start. Pickens is the best contested catch receiver in the NFL right now, if nothing else. Now, I think he's limited in most other ways, but he is the best at those. He had 3 contested catches going into this game.
I mean,
he had 3 contested catches in this game because they were just when Fields was throwing it up, he just wasn't giving him the same opportunity that Wilson does. I think it's great for both of them. I think Wilson can be really good in this offense, and I think Pickens can be good. Superflex, fire up Russell Wilson this week.
Sure. And like I said, I'm going Pickens. I've been down on him all year. I think this is a comeback.
You got to start Najee.
I am on the fence about Najee, but I would lean towards starting him too.
I'd start him, Chiquita.
The Giants, Daniel Jones.
No.
Sit him.
Devin Singletary.
Absolutely not.
And Malik Neighbors.
Start him.
Yeah. I like
He's
Malik.
the one.
I like Malik.
He's the man on the team. All right, so now that we are over with that, we will go into our start and sits.
Okay.
And this week's special guest judge would be the USA Today article, Starts and Sits. Last week, I would like to say, Matthew Berry, you hit 3 sits. That's it. That's all you hit. 3 sits. I did 5 of 8. I don't know how y'all two did.
I didn't do one.
I didn't do well. I don't have the numbers. I know it wasn't good, though.
So this week, USA Today has Caleb Williams, Davon Achane, George Pickens, and David Njoku.
That's almost exactly my start list, only I've got Javonte over a chain.
I like it. Their sits are Kyler Murray, Alvin Kamara, Deontay Johnson, and Brock Bowers.
I got a sit for you. Njoku's going to have a monster week, but you're sitting Jameis Winston. I don't see it happening. I think maybe eventually, but no, not this week.
So going in, give us your starts.
I start. So like I said, it's very much like that. Caleb Williams, I'm starting Javonte. I'm starting George Pickens. I'm starting Njoku. To sit, I am sitting Jameis. And this one hurts me. I'm sitting Tony Pollard. And I don't like that at all, but I think I have to. And Marvin Harrison, he's sitting too. And I don't like Isaiah Likely this week. I kind of don't like either of them this week. It's just too boom or bust for me. Those are the ones that I'm not into.
I agree with all those. For me, again, I do mine a little bit differently. It's all relative to where they're ranked by the experts. So my booms, Aaron Rodgers, top 10 quarterback this week.
Sorry.
Jordan Mason, top 5 running back this week. I've had him on the boom list several times, and he never quite gets where I put him. But Maybe this is the week. Wide receiver, Devon Vele, top 50 wide receivers. That's your deep
Top
cut.
50 is not a hot enough take for this.
Come
He's
on.
ranked outside the top 50.
Sure,
He's, I
I think.
mean, he's
yeah.
ranked like 64.
I think
so.
you're gonna knock on that one.
I think that was a
free
dart
square?
throw,
Yeah.
a dart at the board. But go ahead.
Well,
You know,
and it might not be him. It might be
I tell
Troy
you what
Franklin.
else.
Either him or
I
like
got it.
I like that matchup. I think it'll be him or Franklin. I'll go ahead and say Vele just to be contrarian because he's ranked lower than Franklin.
I don't think
And
that's contrarian, but you know what else is gonna happen? I think this guy in Philadelphia, AJ Brown. I think he's gonna have a pretty good game this week.
This man just compared saying AJ Brown has a good game
I hear this
to
guy.
saying Devon Vele has a good
I
game.
hear this guy
I can-
Josh Allen's pretty
Yeah.
pretty
He's
good.
pretty solid. No, I compared it to Devon Velo being in the top 50 because
50 is not as like I've heard you react to the 50 thing a few times on this podcast. 50 is not
I think 50 is
as
comfortable.
wild as you think it is.
Well, y'all
Like,
are just
it's-
going to hate mine, but go ahead.
Anyways, tight end. I went back. I really wanted to say George Kittle, but the experts do have him tight end 1, so it's hard to outperform expectations there.
Maybe
so
he'll be
I'll
wide
go,
receiver 5.
yeah, I'll go Jonnu Smith, top 10 tight end. My busts, finishing outside the top 30, Daniel Dimes at quarterback.
I don't like this formality that we have with him. in
He
this
is Daniel
podcast.
Dimes.
Mr. Daniel at 10 cents.
Also outside the top 30 is Ramondre Stevenson at running back. I know he's been disappointing lately, but even still, people have him ranked higher than that. I'm going to say outside top 30, having just traded for him. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, outside top 30 as well. I mean, Bryce Young, I'm not feeling it. And then, breaks my heart as a Patriots fan and owner of this guy, Hunter Henry finishes outside the top 20 tight ends this week. Again, I do like him in other weeks in the future. This week in particular, finishes outside the top 20.
All right, I'll give you my starts, and y'all will probably laugh at them. The first one's going to be Lamar. He's a start. King Henry is a start. Look,
Evan made fun of me.
look, I know, but the only reason I'm saying that is I think this is going to be like a crazy game.
Sure.
And then you're going to laugh at this one, JJ.
Justin Jefferson, is that the JJ we're
That's
talking
the
about?
JJ.
Oh,
And my tight end is Kate Otten. Because that's the
that
only
one's-
person.
That's the one that's a little
That's
bit
a
hot.
spicy
That
meatball.
one's- That one's
That's
spicy.
it.
But, yeah.
Okay, my sits is going to be Tua if he plays. Tony Pollard.
Yep.
Malik Neighbors.
Ew.
And Brock Bowers.
All right, your sits are spicy. I'll give you those. You have very spicy sits.
Listen.
Your starts are ridiculous.
Look, I know my first two, but I feel like they're going to have like a crazy game.
I'm on with you about Bowers this week.
I feel like the rest of the year is donezo.
I think he'll be boom or bust. I still think he'll be at worst, he will be the second worst tight end at the end of the year. But it's going to be a roller coaster. And Kittle's going to be a roller coaster too, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't like his quarterback situation. I think there are going to be games where defenses scheme him out because they don't have anyone else to worry about.
All right, for our last little segment is we could probably get way in the weeds on this, guys. It probably could be a whole nother podcast. But we will go top 5 Halloween movies, Halloween scary movies, I should say.
Scary movies.
Horror movies.
Very little to do with Halloween.
We'll go around the horn. I kind of messed up. I think they're going on recommendations. I was doing my top 5.
That's perfectly fine.
So we'll go 1, Evil Dead 2.
Perfect.
Love the movie.
Mhm.
I'm a huge
Bruce Campbell
fan.
Yeah.
Foley?
Okay, yeah, so we're doing it that way. Number 1 for me, and again, these are not necessarily my favorites, but they are ones that I think you should watch. Number 1, Last Shift. I think this is the most underrated horror movie of all time. It is fantastic. I had a coworker watch it, and she gave it a 2 out of 10, and I was heartbroken.
I'd fire her.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
that's terrible.
It's such a good movie. Evan agrees. They did a remake that's also pretty good, but the original Last Shift, man.
It's outstanding, and it is not exactly what you expect it to be. In
Yeah.
fact, it was going to be on my list, but I ceded it to Foley.
They
I think
they
he was
actually
the one-
did like they
he
were
might have
trading.
been the one who told
They were
me.
I
like
am.
trading baseball cards. But anyway,
Here's the truth about Last Shift. I watched that in 2014 when it came out. I was burning a lot of brain cells at that point in my life. Could not remember the name of it. Spent years looking for this movie.
Nice.
I asked everyone I knew. Nobody knew what the hell I was talking about. I finally found it and was like, I'm never forgetting this again. And I did turn Evan onto it. It's great.
Evan.
So the first one that I'm going to mention is a top 5 movie for it. It's potentially my favorite movie of all time. Absolute great, scary little movie that's also funny and heartfelt. Shaun of the Dead. It is an outstanding film.
Like that movie. All right, for number 2. Now, y'all see there's some trauma as a young kid. The second one would be Halloween.
It's great.
Just
Classic.
That's
classic.
the one that I'm not into.
Yeah, Evan doesn't like
I
Halloween
don't
for some
care
reason.
for Halloween.
I don't care for any other ones.
Yeah.
The first one is
I get it.
that's it. Foley.
I got them all on 4K. Our listeners can't see, but I am proud to have most of the Halloween movies on 4K Blu-ray. And I'm going to be diving into all of them next week. Number 2 for me, The Devil's Candy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It
I
is
forgot
such a
about
good
that
one. People
Okay.
always forget about that one, and it's really, really good. Like, it's a metal horror movie. I honorable mention to The Wicker Man because
Ooh.
Uriah just noticed that DVD. But yeah, The Devil's Candy. I don't even know how to describe it other than it's got a pretty sick metal soundtrack, and it is just a fantastic, pretty dark but fun film.
Number 2.
My number 2 is an absolute strong contender for some of my favorite scary. I guess it's scary. It's more of a thriller of all time. It's called Green Room.
Oh man, that was on my list.
Yeah, Green Room. It's got Patrick Stewart in it. It's got a chick from Arrested Development. What's that kid's name? The guy.
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin's in it.
Love
Great.
R.I.P.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, this
Freaking
movie
truck.
blew me away.
As soon as
when I
you
watched
said
it.
thriller, I knew you were going to say it. I am so sad.
All right, number 3 for me, The Shining.
Yep.
That was a messed
All
up
time.
movie as a kid.
All time.
Go ahead.
Shining is
Number
is-
3 for me is The Empty Man. It is pretty long. Oh, did you
Yeah,
have
you
that?
got me on that.
Okay, so we've sniped each other now.
Y'all are naming some movies I've never, and I'm a movie nerd,
Yeah.
and y'all are naming some stuff, but it also is horror, which I don't really watch.
Yeah.
The Empty Man is kind of this noirish almost thing. It's pretty long, but it is so good from the opening scene on. It's a trip. Watch this late at night when you're a little bit delirious, and you'll enjoy it even more. I'm so afraid you're going to snipe me again here.
Here's one, number 3. This one is an all-time favorite of mine, and it is not exactly like a blockbuster or anything. Some of the effects might be a little bit odd, but if you're a fan of found footage movies, Grave Encounters is a movie about a group of people that are filming a horror, like a ghost hunting
Dumb
show
people.
in an old mental asylum. And
Dumb.
for a movie that probably only cost about $20,000 to make, I was really impressed with it.
All right,
Yeah, it's very good. Evan turned me on to that.
Number
The sequel's
4.
terrible.
OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was
Solid.
messed up as that kid watching that movie. The lights went out at the movie theater. It was storming. It was a tornado in Laurel.
Solid.
Crazy.
It's a great one. This is my most popular choice. It Follows is a top. Like, this is one of my favorite horror movies. It is
So
so
dumb.
good, and it is
Could have been finished by the kid. Just
not
pick up
having.
a hooker?
yeah. I mean, come on, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It Follows is very, very good, I think. And if you like Halloween and you like John Carpenter, there are a lot of odes to John Carpenter. in
Love
that
John
movie.
Carpenter. Love John
Yeah.
Carpenter.
My next one, I think, I can't remember how Foley and I landed on this. I know how I liked it, and I've heard other people say they didn't quite like it as much. The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
I've never seen it.
It is a solid enough bottle movie. The entire thing takes place in the basement of a mortuary, and it takes some twists and turns. Really, really like this movie.
All right, my last number 5. Such a scary movie as a kid. Jacob's Ladder.
Interesting one.
I haven't seen that one in probably 20 years.
What I'm saying, as a
Yeah.
kid, that's a messed up movie.
I've been scrambling to think of what I'm going to pick since Evan sniped Green Room, which is, yeah, to echo him, fantastic. I just watched it for the first time this year after years of recommendation, and I fell in love instantly. I'll go with one that y'all heard me talk about. This is not for everyone, but Terrifier 2 is, set aside everything else you've probably heard about the Terrifier movies. What blows me away every time I watch Terrifier 2, it is a pretty movie. It is one of the prettiest movies I have ever seen. Check it out. It's very funny, too, so check it out.
Last one, following that same theme of not being for everybody. This movie is
I know
it's
it is.
more of a psychological mess you up kind of a film. And again, this is not for everyone. I love it. It's not exactly a horror movie in any way.
I love it, too.
It's called Coherence. It's a movie that deals with a dinner party that gets. Well, I don't want to give away any more than that. Go into it
Is
blind.
this new?
No,
It's probably
been around a while.
it's probably been around
Okay.
for a couple of years, like 8 years
All
maybe.
right.
I think.
So
Coherence is very good.
I will say I had honorable mentions, just real quick. Jeepers Creepers
Sure.
and Army of Darkness.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with either of those. If I had honorable mentions, there's a movie called Pontypool. That's another movie that I really liked. And what else? What else?
Skinamarink, I figured you'd put in there.
I do love Skinamarink, but nobody else will. Nobody else will love that
It's
movie. I loved it.
It's so
It
bad.
really affected me, and I loved it.
I mean, Creep. I kind of expected you to throw Creep out
That's
there.
a good one.
So Creep would be an honorable mention for me. There's some more obvious ones. Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
is
I
a
like
good
Cabin
one.
in
Very
the
good
Woods.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, Creep I think would be my biggest honorable mention.
All right, guys. So I will finish this off. Always remember, only the mediocre are always at their best. I'm Uriah signing off.
Happy Halloween.
Evan,
Goodbye. I love you.
later, guys.